Hello and welcome to Monday with the Mayor. I'm Bradford Raths, and today we are joined by Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spinner. Mayor, great to see you once again.
Good to be here.
All right, let's start out. You guys are going to be hiring a new Director of Communications and Community Development Director. Talk a little bit about that for us.
Well, this position actually came about directly as a result of our listening sessions that we held about a year ago. We held 3 sessions where we received input from the public on to help the council and myself get a direction on how we would like to move forward. And among the top priorities that the community identified in those meetings was an increased need for communication with the public from the city, but also need for economic development, ways to attract new business and attract new residents to the city. Now, you might recall that earlier this year, the council approved funding of $15,000 for development of a new website. And part of that communications is, through this website, was a way that was identified. So we already have invested into creating a new website, which will be launching later this year. We're in the process of developing that with the contract. But as you look at those targets that we wanted to hit based on our feedback was this director of communications and community development is something that will take those goals and really hit each one of them through the website. It's our front door to the world, really. That people wanting to look at Huntingburg either as a place just to visit, to come and live, or to work. Nowadays that's going to be step one. They're going to look us up on the website. So it's going to be very important to have not only a new design, but have someone who can maintain that and keep all the information as current possible. So the Director of Communications, one of their top priorities will be working with both internal and external sources to make sure that everything that we have on the website is up to date. And another thing that this website will provide is a way for citizens to register things with the city, to communicate with us on a regular basis on the types of needs they're having, so that we can reach out to them as well. So having somebody to monitor that on a regular basis was very important. On the community development side of things, with the outreach to recruit businesses or industries. They'll be working directly with our planning director, who will be things such as developing information about the potential sites that we do have available, keeping that information up to date so that when we get inquiries about a commercial business or an industry or just a residential request, that we have a packet of information ready to go to those people, ready to communicate Huntingburg's story. And another thing that this person will be doing is, if you will, giving Huntingburg a brand. We know that we've got a lot of positive things that we can communicate about our city that we just haven't done as effectively as we could. So part of their task will be to develop that brand. What does Huntingburg what do we want to communicate about our city, and how do we do that effectively day after day after day? So I look forward to this opportunity to take this position a little bit forward. From the funding standpoint, we will be completely funding this position through our economic development income tax, the EDIT funds that we receive every year. And that's truly what economic development income tax is designed to do, is to forward the community through economic development. And I can think of no position that would do this better than this position. And again, by using the EDIT funds, there'll be a zero effect on the tax rate. So this fund this job is completely funded by this EDIT tax that we receive annually. We have a good reserve in that amount, and it should be handled. That amount for the salary should be handled with no problem. Both salary and benefits will be covered by that fund.
Certainly a big development for the community. So what's the timeline on having somebody to fill that position?
Well, the council passed the ordinance that would allow us to do this on first reading. It'll come up for a final reading at our April 11th meeting, and as that is approved at that meeting, then we would be filling the position as soon as we can after that.
Okay. I also heard you were in a Spanish course for Huntingburg City employees. How'd that go?
Well, last Tuesday was our first reality Spanish class. We had been working with the Guadalupe Center here right across the street for about a year on ways to, another thing that we actually heard out of our listening sessions was that communication with our Hispanic community. And so through a training grant that we have from our transportation department, we were able to contract to provide a reality Spanish class. So our transit drivers will be taking this course, and then we opened it up to anyone else in the city that wanted to participate. All they had to do was pay for the material cost of the training materials. So we have about 16 people involved in the reality Spanish class. There are 3 or 4 from the community who have also signed up. So 12 to 13 from the city are taking the course. We had our first course last Tuesday. It was very the way it's taught is a very interactive way. A lot of use of gestures and understanding language, and it's a very unique way to learn. And the whole idea of the reality Spanish class is not to make you an expert in Spanish or bilingual. It's more of a way to bridge some of those early communication gaps that we have. Just basic information, basic phrases that allow us to start that conversation. So I think it's going to be very helpful. I'm taking part in the class, and it was fun. I learned about 12 words in a short time. Did my studying this weekend, and looking forward to the class again tomorrow. And I think it's going to be something that will. It's a step for us towards involving the Hispanic community more directly with the city. As we can take a step towards them in helping to bridge that gap, I think that we'll see the same from the other side. And it's a generational thing. Before too long, that won't be an issue. But right now, I think it's a good idea for us to help us hone our skills and communicating with the folks who are here, residents who pay taxes, who pay their utilities, a way for us to better communicate with them.
Very good opportunity all around then.
I think it's going to be there's a lot of positives coming out of it, including just a fun time with some of the employees. We get together for about 2 hours a week and get to know each other a little bit better as well.
Outstanding. Well, Mayor, thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
This has been Monday with the Mayor. Stay tuned. We'll have more 18 WJTS news right after this.